welcome to Buzz Banter Beachside. I'm Das Hat.
And I'm Sam.
And today we join you in wonderful, let's say, Veradero. And yeah, we bring you a movie review. There was actually something funny about this review. It's something about the location that we were in. It was supposed to be like a clever counterplay to the subject matter.
I thought we just wanted the beach.
Well, everyone needs a vacation now and again, but what was the film that we saw on the flight over here?
Paranorman.
Paranorman, yeah, that's the one. So, a fun little, you know what? You talk. I want to say.
Okay. It's, essentially the movie's about a little kid, he can talk to ghosts. And people don't like that, because he literally talks to them as if they're normal people. The movie opens up where he's talking to his grandma, and she... spoilers, by the way. There's gonna be massive spoilers. Where she wants to turn down the air conditioning because her feet are cold, and he mentions this to his dad, and everyone's shocked. It's like, Norman, your grandmother's been dead for quite some time now. He's like, but she's in the other room, I'm talking to her. And everyone in the town knows about this, and he is basically shunned by everybody. I mean everybody. He has not one friend. So yeah, it has a lot of heart. It's all about, he has a weird, eccentric uncle, and he says that his uncle tells him that he has to do this thing. I don't want to spoil too much, but he has to read this book to keep the witch. This town apparently killed a witch.
As most towns did.
As most towns did back in those days, 300 years ago, to keep her soul from awaking. There's actually a little bit of a plot twist that you didn't see coming right at first.
No, you didn't. But let's talk about the film itself and how we felt about it. It's a great children's movie.
I loved it. It's a children's movie that's actually a little bit more adult than most children's movies.
So, like, in the vein of, like, Cars and all of that stuff. No, Cars is a very for-kids-children movie.
Yeah, there's nothing to Cars.
Yeah, this is a lot closer to something like Finding Nemo, where there's a lot there for the adult audience, and actually the adult audience may get a lot more out of it than children do. Because there's a lot of very good things that are playing into this. Just being kind of different, learning to accept it, and just being yourself, even if it's ostracized. Having weird friends and knowing weird people, like the dead people that he knows.
It's not just that, because the dead people don't really come into play so much. It's more his ability. Sort of. It's more or less, it's not so much how he deals with it, it's the fact that what happens to someone in that position where they're just ostracized and no one cares about them and no one loves them, to the point where even they're, like, they don't love him because, like, everyone's afraid of him, to the point where even his own dad is afraid of him.
Yeah.
And wished he was different. And it was a very strong sentiment to anyone who's ever felt different.
Actually, if you went and saw the film, what was it, Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, it's essentially that theme, but more competently done.
It's also way more adult. There's a lot of... There's a nice little revelation. It's not a big revelation, because you can kind of predict it about 2/3 of the way in, just because it's like 5 minutes before they actually say it. But it's like one of these movies that doesn't always treat you like an idiot. Like, there are some kiddie moments. It's like where something should be scary, it's not.
But that being said, there's quite a few like genuinely frightening moments in this that like just shock. They got more shock value. But
one or two, but there's some nice animations. Like, there's this whole thing with the witch in the sky.
Well, there's fantastic animations. All of this was done in stop motion. Well, I should say the majority of this was done in stop motion, and they did a great job. It looks absolutely fantastic.
This is also very contemporary. Like, there's so many things from, like, today's youth cultures in this movie.
Yeah.
It's like a Tim Burton movie. Everyone thought this was a Tim Burton movie.
Yeah,
but it's not.
Like the initial trailers, and then we saw the trailers for Frankenweenie right after that, and it was essentially Tim Burton, like, trying to take back his own idea or something from this movie.
I don't know. I think this movie's gonna be better. Like, this Frankenweenie's not out yet. I think it's gonna come out.
Yeah. As of the time of this recording, it's not out.
Yeah. But this is I think this is gonna be way better. I haven't seen Frankenweenie, but I saw this one and I loved it. This is one of my favorite movies of the year.
It's a very good children's film. A lot here to love it from the older crowd as well as the young crowd. Critically, it's a very good film.
The ending's fantastic.
My only detraction for this film would be it's more of a character piece. The central plot doesn't figure too greatly into what makes this film good. You know, I'm kind of a story junkie.
I disagree with you on that, but
that's fair enough.
I would actually say that it's more or less the story is a big part of it. It's just it's actually all the characters, including the side characters, growing up and changing. The whole town actually changes. It's really quite nice, and then there's this nice quiet little moment at the end that was really nice.
Yeah. So Paranorman, check it out. It's a fun film.
It is.
Meanwhile, if you think that we're doing fun little films ourselves, please like, subscribe, follow us on our parent website at boxofficebuzz.com. The link's below. Until next we meet, I'm Das Hatz.
And I'm Sam.
And we've got a flight to catch back, actually.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.